time to talk about prediction markets. I've been getting this question a lot, and I want to make sure everybody understands how they are the same as gambling and how they are different as gambling. So here we have one of my favorite sorts of diagrams. We have ourselves a Venn diagram. Gambling is unique from prediction markets in that the house always wins. You are often betting against some really finessed statisticians who have determined the rates at which they expect to make money. The odds are fixed. We've got random outcomes are often what we're gambling off of, and there are zero social signals telling us what we can and can't, what with information on this. Gambling is the same as prediction markets in that there is risk, there is money on the line. Let me underscore this. You can lose all of your money in both gambling and prediction markets. So when we talk about how prediction markets are different, they're going to start sounding way more interesting. But please know, you can lose all of your money. And there is uncertainty. This is how prediction markets are the same as gambling. Prediction markets are a little different than gambling in some pretty key places. The one that I think is the most interesting, instead of betting against the house, you are betting against other people. And while the house is incredibly clear eyed rational, other people are not always. So they tend to bet what they would like to have happen instead of what is likely to happen. And the nice thing about humans is we are incredibly blind to this prejudice. We tend to be pretty sure we're betting on what will happen, when in fact we're betting on what we would like to have happen. So we've got a lot of open information, and it does tend to be self-correcting. So the odds are going to vary depending on what people want to put their money down on, as opposed to the set odds that we have with gambling. Now, you can see this is the house edge, percent against the player. How likely is it that the house is going to make money? Slots, 9%. You can get a sense of just how much money they are making off of those slot machines. You can understand why there are so many slot machines in Las Vegas. Roulette, we're looking at about 5, sportsbook 5. Blackjack is 1. Blackjack actually has a chance of getting some money. Prediction markets 2, and a large chunk of that is because the house is collecting that money as a fee. That's how the house makes money, as a fee, not as changing the odds. Now, what's kind of cool is that the prediction markets actually shows some really cool forecast accuracy. This shows how accurate they were in predicting elections compared to polling average and sports books. So, sport books is more of your like the odds in Vegas kind of thing. Professionals setting the odds on things, whereas polls are when people call you up. And those two track pretty close to each other, but prediction markets tend to be even more accurate. So gambling, the money is going to stay in the loop. We got fixed odds. Whereas prediction markets, the signals are flowing out into the world. And so we're like, oh, the odds are 80-20, and now there's 75 um, 35. Had to do the math there, and it took me just a second. Um, so we've got a whole bunch of information coming in and out of a predictions market, whereas gambling, you know, whether Ohio State is going to win is set odds. It's not going to change over the course of the game. So here we are, the sum total. We've got gambling. The average house edge is about 5%. The house is going to win every time. The information loop is closed. It's a pretty huge market, this gambling market. The prediction market has a relatively small platform fee compared to the house edge. Now, bear in mind, you're paying that every time, right? Um, I really do think that there is some intelligent work to be done within the predictions market. The example that I have is Ted Cruz losing Texas was a 20% possible gain. And now bear in mind, you would lose all of your money if Ted Cruz didn't take Texas. But last election, it was you're pretty sure Ted Cruz is going to be taking Texas, way more sure than 80%, 20%. Um, so you kind of have some confidence in it that you don't in other situations. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope the next time you sit down at dinner and somebody starts talking about predictions markets, you can understand that it may be a little different than gambling and it still remains very risky. I would not think of this as an investment per se, but it is something that people are doing with money. So I thought I should prepare you for it. I hope this has been helpful. If that is the case, please subscribe because I'm kind of excited to see that the number of people viewing this has doubled. Big thank you to everybody who is watching this. And mostly, I hope that this is helping get you where you want to go and, and understanding this crazy financial world we live in. Thank you.